Hi historians, I'm Mr. Fredo. Today's mini lesson is all about Greek city-states. In ancient Greece, an individual would not refer to themselves as Greek. Remember, this land is covered in mountains. It's covered with this rocky, challenging terrain. So as a result, each of these little areas, these pockets of populations, all developed in isolation from each other. So instead of identifying themselves as an ancient Greek or as a person from Greece, they have instead identified with their city state wherever they were from. They wouldn't say, I'm Greek. They would say, I am Athenian. I am a Spartan. I am from Delphi. I am a Corinthian. All of those were what they considered to be their identity. That's where they were truly from. So in ancient Greece, the city state was everything. The city state is what you represented, it's what you valued, it's what you knew, it's where you were from. The city state was absolutely everything. And again, all of these city states were very, very, very different from each other because they developed in isolation from each other. So outside of language and maybe religion, everything else throughout these city states were in many cases very, very different. Case in point, two of the more famous ancient Greek city states, Sparta and Athens. They're both in Greece. They're really only a couple hundred miles apart, but they are completely different. Sparta, for example, had an oligarchy as their main form of government. A few people, wealthy leaders, sharing power amongst themselves. Women had a large amount of rights in Sparta. Another example, they were focused on creating soldiers instead of anything else. Their number one priority was protecting their city-state. Athens, on the other hand, right here by the coast, you can see Sparta is much more inland. On the other hand, Athens is really recognized for being a pioneer of using direct democracy. Women were not citizens in Athens, and they had very little rights at all. And whereas Sparta values soldiers, Athens values art, learning, and education. Those are just two examples of two different Greek city-states. But the big question is this: why do Sparta and Athens hold the beliefs that they do? They're both in Greece. Their geography is at least similar in many regards. They're only a couple hundred miles apart if we go back to this initial map. Here's Sparta and here's Athens. But in terms of what they value and what they think about, they could not be more different. Big idea, big question. Why do they have these beliefs? Not why are they different? We know that all of these city-states are different because of their isolation. But why does Sparta hold these values among others, and why does Athens hold these values among others? That's a big historian question for you to work on.